Nothing beats the sweet sound of a dual exhaust system with a pair of Flowmaster Super 44 Series mufflers. With Flowmaster's American Thunder Series exhaust system, your V8 powered 67 to 72 C10 can have that deep, powerful sound. Before we can install the American Thunder exhaust system, you'll have to adapt your header or manifold downpipes to the Flowmaster system. But since there's a lot of different variables in header and manifold downpipe locations, we've included this pair of adapter tubes in the kit to help you adapt to the system. If your truck still has the small block Chevy in it, use these down tube adapters from Flowmaster. They're a manifold downpipe kit designed for the 67 to 72 two-wheel drive C10s with a small block Chevy engine. But since our small block Chevy's long gone and there's now an LS in its place, I'll have to do a little bit of modification. The first thing I had to do was cut the flange off for the small block Chevy manifolds. I made a slight change in the bend of the tube, and then I welded on the flange that came with my Hooker exhaust manifolds to the adapter tubes. I also made sure that our exhaust exits in the exact same location that the factory exhaust system did. Now we're ready to get the system installed. But before I do, I'd like to lay out all the components that come in the kit and take a quick inventory. Also, depending on which exit location you choose, you may have to remove the rear-mounted fuel tank to gain access to some of the bolts. Having a lift is handy, but it's not necessary to install the system. As long as you can raise the rear of the vehicle and support it with jack stands, you're good. You'll next have to remove all of the old system from the downpipes to the back. Our first step is to locate the carrier bearing crossmember. It's the one located behind the transmission crossmember, and it's also where we're going to mount our first set of hangers. Measure in 9 5/8 of an inch from the inside of the frame towards the center of the crossmember. You should find a factory hole. Using a drill and a bit, open the hole up to 3/8 of an inch. Then measure an additional 1 inch towards the center of the vehicle at 10 5/8 and make another mark. This is where you'll drill the second 3/8 hole. Next, we need to install exhaust hangers on each of the H-pipe assemblies. Using a little bit of lubricant inside the rubber isolator will help them slide on a lot easier. It should stick out about an inch or so to start with. That's a good starting point. Install the smaller clamp that's included with the kit onto the H-pipe assembly, then slide the two pieces together. Install two of the larger clamps to your down tube adapters. Before I install the next section of tubing, I like to put a mark at 2 inches. That way I know how much overlap I have on the pipes. Grab your H-pipe assembly and line up both down tube adapters with the ends of the H-pipe assembly. You may have to tap them on a little bit, but if you look at your 2-inch mark, you'll know exactly how far on you are. Using the 3/8 hardware that's included in the kit, run it through the hanger and the existing hole in the crossmember and secure it with a washer, lock washer, and nut. Do the same thing to the other side. Now you may have to beat or spread them just a little bit to get the hole where you need it. You can slide your exhaust clamps up over the H-pipe assembly now. I like to wait though until the whole system is installed before I tighten the clamps. Locate the rear spring mount cross member. Measure in from the edge of the spring mount and make a mark at 11 inches and 12 inches on both sides. Make sure you put your marks on the forward channel or the one closest to the engine on the cross member. Slide a 2.5-inch clamp to both ends of the H-pipe assembly. Then slide on a muffler inlet pipe, part number 86076S, to both sides of the H-pipe. Rotate the muffler inlet pipes to their approximate position and tighten the clamps slightly, just enough to hold them but still allow for some adjustment. Take one of the mufflers and place a 2.5-inch clamp on the inlet side of the muffler. Slide it over our muffler inlet pipe and tighten slightly. Repeat the process for the opposite side. To make it a little easier, I went ahead and installed both the hangers to the over axle tube assembly. Place a 2.5-inch clamp on the exit pipe of both the mufflers. Now we can install the passenger side, part number 86077S, into the outlet of the muffler. Install the driver's over axle tube, part number 86078S, and tighten the clamp. So now we can go back and mount our hangers that were on the spring cross member. Line up the holes with the marks that we made earlier, and since the drive shaft's in the way, I'm going to use this right angle drill. Drill all 4 holes out, then using the 3/8 hardware that's included in your kit, Mount both hangers to the crossmember. The tailpipes have been left long, that way they'll work with a long bed model truck. For short bed trucks, the rear of the tailpipes need to be trimmed approximately 12 inches. To mount the rear tailpipe hangers on a short bed truck, measure forward 17¼ inches from the rear of the frame. There should be a factory hole midway up the frame rail. Using the 3/8 hardware provided, bolt the hanger to the side of the frame. Be sure that the hanger is straight up and down. Then drill the second 3/8 hole through the top hole of the hanger and secure it with a 3/8 bolt, washer, lock washer, and nut. Repeat the process for the driver's side. To mount the rear tailpipe hangers on a long bed truck, locate the oval slots found in the bottom of the rear frame rail. Measure forward 1 3/4 inches and make a mark on the bottom of the frame. Then measure up from the bottom of the frame 1 1/4 inches for the bottom hole and 2 1/4 inches for the top hole. Center punch the 2 marks and using a 3/8 inch drill bit, drill out the holes. Now that everything's bolted up and in place, we can go back and double check clearances and tweak things here and there. If you need to move a pipe or a muffler, you can do that. Then we can tighten all the clamps as we work our way forward and make sure that we have all the hardware and all the hangers. Now that we've got all the clamps tight and all the hardware is fastened, we can work our way to the back and determine what type of exit style we want. There's 4 exit pipe options included in the kit. But if you have a short bed, you'll need to cut 12 inches off from this pipe right here in order to use some of our adapter pipes. The tailpipes included in the kit come with extra length. They're designed for the long bed trucks, but if you have a short bed wheelbase, you'll need to trim 12 inches off from the length of both pipes. Like I said, there's 4 exit designs with the kit. One option is a turn down style pipe that exits behind the rear tire. Or you can choose the straight exit version, which also exits behind the rear tires. The other option is an angle dump, which exits under the rear bumper, or if you have an extra heavy duty rear bumper, you may have to use this drop down style. Maybe you have another style in mind. We've got a great selection of exhaust tips available right on our website. The American Thunder exhaust kit was designed to work with vehicles that utilize the factory mounting position of the panhard bar right here at the center section. If your truck has a panhard bar similar to this, you may have to modify it in order to get clearance. All that's left to do now is enjoy that sweet sound of success. If you'd like to learn more about our American Thunder Series exhaust systems or any of our other great exhaust components, visit our website at flowmastermufflers.com.